YouTube, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Now for today's video, I just wanted to give my own thoughts and opinions on the Modern Warfare 4 beta, since I did get my hands on it in the early access earlier this week. It is over now, unfortunately, but it will be open again this Friday, so if you haven't gotten your hands on it yet, you can go ahead and get your hands on it for free. But today I just wanted to talk about Modern Warfare 4 and my experience on the closed access beta so far. Just give my own thoughts and opinions, my own pros and cons. You're likely going to hear a lot of the same stuff that other content creators have reiterated, but I figured I'd still just sit down and give my own thoughts and opinions on it anyways. And also, I'm going to be letting you know whether or not I think you should buy it. I'm not going to waste any more of your time, though. We're just going to get right on into the review. Starting off with the pros and cons, I think I'm just going to start with the pros first, because compared to the cons, my list is very small for the pros. That might not be the case for everybody, but for me, the pros definitely do not outweigh the cons at all. But anyways, to start off, the visuals, of course, are absolutely amazing. It is an Infinity Ward game. Infinity Ward always does really nice with how they make their games look and also how they make them feel. But overall, visually, like, this is very, very nice looking. This is, like, pretty reminiscent of Modern Warfare 2019, honestly. When I first played that game, I thought immediately that this is, like, the best visually looking Call of Duty I have ever seen. So they really do nail it with, like, their graphics and their atmosphere too. So I do, you know, like how it looks. Of course, it is very, very visually appealing. It's nice to look at. And also on top of that, the visibility isn't just absolutely terrible compared to the last two games. I can actually see the enemies that I'm shooting at, especially at, like, a distance too. Not so much, like, every single time in, like, a doorway or maybe a window if it's dark enough. Especially without the red nameplate popping up, it is a little difficult for me. Maybe it's just me. I do need glasses, and I'm getting glasses soon. So that could just be a me thing, but overall, like, out in the open and everything, it actually, like, I can actually see my enemies and see what I'm shooting at. And that kind of, like, ties into the gun smoke too. They actually finally fixed, like, the gun smoke, the visual recoil, and just, like, the really dog water muzzle flash. It's just, like, it was really a burden. Having the gun smoke. Even as a controller player, like, it shouldn't really matter, especially, like, since I have aim assist, obviously, and aim assist as another thing is absolutely busted in this game. But even then, even with aim assist, like, the gun smoke is just abysmal. Really just put a strain on my eyes, and I'm sure a lot of other people can agree. Up next, to no surprise, Infinity Ward always nails this every time they make a game as well, is the gunplay. The gunplay in this game is really, really great, really amazing. I love the weapon designs as well. It obviously, of course, feels very satisfying to get a kill and to, you know, shoot people, as weird as that sounds, but it's a video game. I'm doing a video game review. But it is very satisfying to use the weapons, to shoot the weapons, to get a kill. The gunplay overall is really, really nice. The sound designs of the guns are really nice. They did a whole video breakdown of their weapon design, and their sound design for the weapons too. So I can always appreciate how much depth they put into those things. I'm not like a gun connoisseur or anything, but, you know, I guess in terms of, like, playing the game, like, you know, video game wise, it does sound really nice. Everything about it is great. Like, the gunplay is just phenomenal. Next, something that I do want to talk about that is actually pretty new compared to every other Call of Duty game is the leveling system. That is actually kind of cool. From the way I understand that it works is if you're leveling up a weapon and you unlock certain attachments, it also unlocks the same attachments, like, with the same name, or, like, I guess just the similar stats, I guess. Maybe it's just the same names. I'm really not entirely sure how it works. But either way, let's say, like, you're leveling up, for example, the M4, and you unlock a certain, you know, amount of attachments on that M4. Whatever attachments you unlock on that M4 will also be unlocked on other weapons that use similar attachments or even the same attachments. So that's actually kind of cool. So, for example, like, you use the M4 and then you move on to the Kastov 762. You'll have some attachments already unlocked for the Kastov. And I think what it does is it also, like, skips levels, since obviously you need to level up weapons for attachments. So if an attachment for the Kastov is on a certain level, I think it just straight up, like, will skip it, which in turn does level up your guns faster. But they don't exactly, like, explain it that way. It's not explained at all in the game, so I think they definitely need to go in-game and add some kind of explanation in there on how the leveling system works or whatever for people who don't understand it. Because even I didn't understand it either, because I noticed I was leveling up weapons pretty dang fast. I think just for the beta, they did that already. Because it was like that during Modern Warfare 2 2022 as well. Like, 4 years ago, they made weapon leveling in the beta faster on purpose so everybody could try everything out. So I'm not sure if in the beta right now they purposely made the XP gain a lot higher, but I did notice that I do level up weapons extremely fast, considering that there is about like the most levels that I saw on a single gun was for the one sniper. It was 72 levels, so every single weapon is, like, super high leveled like that. So I hope whatever they're doing for the leveling right now, they do keep, because, yeah, that many levels is just ridiculous. Another thing I want to talk about is the movement. I actually think the movement is really solid in this game. Really smooth, pretty responsive. It is just taking a little bit of getting used to on my end, because I'm used to Omni movement. We've had Omni movement for the past 2 years with Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7. So it is a little, it is a threshold that I'm trying to get used to, because I find myself trying to sprint backwards, sprint sideways, sprint forward, but like at a hard angle, because yeah, again, I'm just like used to being able to sprint in all directions. So it is an adjustment, especially like in a gunfight, or like for example, like a grenade being thrown at me. I'm used to being able to just slide backwards. I keep like trying to sprint backwards and slide or dive or something. So yeah, it is an adjustment, but the movement does feel really good. It feels snappy and responsive and everything. Not like as snappy as, for example, 2019 and 2023's games. But I would say it's like maybe a nice middle ground, maybe like leaning more towards like 2023, maybe, but only slightly. I really don't know, but either way, it does feel really good. Also, the mantling is really fast. It's, I think, the fastest mantle we've ever had in any Call of Duty game, which it's cool, but on my end, on the receiving end, it's a little weird. There's been so many times where if I'm in a gunfight, like, an enemy mantles over, say, a crate or a wall or something, just anything, a ledge, it happens in, like, a frame on my end. It's not, like, a smooth transition or anything. It's, like, 1 second, they're standing, the next, they, like, teleport, literally in a single frame, and they're standing on top of whatever object they mantle. It's so fast, especially, like, just on the receiving end, it looks insane. And, of course, on your end, it's still really fast, too. And, I don't know, maybe it's too fast? I don't know, because it kind of, like, messes me up sometimes. Like, and maybe it's just my settings, but whenever I try to, say, slide cancel around a corner, but the wall or whatever, say, like, it's around an object, if it's low enough, I'm gonna go into a mantle. I don't really, like, stand up and cancel my slide. I cancel my slide by going into a mantle, and that just kind of, like, throws off my aim. So in that regard, it is a little, you know, hard to adjust to with that. That's probably just my settings. I think I just need to, like, turn off mantle upon jumping. So, or whatever the setting is called. But yeah, that's completely on me, I think. Either way, though, the mantling is very fast. I do like that it's faster. It's just like on the receiving end, seeing other people on my screen do it, it's like a single frame where they're just standing, and then they're on top of it, just like immediately. It's like like Goku instant transmissioning. It's kind of disgusting. For now, that's really all the pros that I have, at least like the major pros that I've seen in the game. I could talk about like the UI, the create a class system, like the gunsmith or whatever. I could talk about, you know, how I like that you're able to switch your kill streaks mid-match. You're able to like set specific operators to specific classes. Whatever operator you pick, you're not just going to be tied to that operator. So if you pick a class, I mean, you'll have a new operator. If you pick a different class, you'll have different streaks too if you want. But I mean, I don't really want to go into that stuff, because I mean, those are cool, but I don't think those are like really super important to talk about. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and get into this list of cons. Now, I thought starting off I'd just be talking about skill-based matchmaking, but honestly, I think at the top of the list, it should just be the cheating problem. Cheaters. There are already cheaters on Modern Warfare 4 if you haven't seen already. Within like the first hour or so, like, which is just ridiculous. It's not, I guess it's not surprising, really. Not surprising at all, but like, it's still just like absolutely disgusting, especially since, I don't know if it was Call of Duty or Infinity. I'm pretty sure it was Call of Duty. They put out some kind of like post or tweet or whatever, saying that they're actually updating the anti-cheat and they're going to be doing weekly sweeps. Which I think it was, what, like the third time they said they've been doing that? I really don't know. But apparently now they're actually going to be issuing hardware ID bans for cheaters, which is a big plus if they do that. But, I mean, just the fact that there's cheaters already in the beta it just kind of makes me want to vomit. It was like that for Black Ops 6 as well. Day 1 of the Black Ops 6 beta, literal day 1, the early access Black Ops 6 beta, by the way, cheaters, immediately. Which, it's just ridiculous. Like, I don't know why they don't have a hold on the cheating situation at all. I seriously don't understand what this Ricochet, anti-cheat, Ricochet, whatever you want to call it, is doing. But it is just not working, and y'all need to do a new one. The only way I think, like, Ricochet will actually, like, fully ban a cheater is if they're just blatantly rage hacking. Like, straight up spin botting, aim botting, just full-on blatant rage hacking. I think that's literally the only way it picks it up, so... yeah, cheaters definitely need to be handled, 100%. And if you guys are really going to be issuing out hardware ID bans, you need to, like, really do it and make sure you do it right. Because from what I've been seeing, there's already people finding workarounds for the hardware ID bans. So, I mean, yeah, that's just another really big issue. So hopefully they actually get a handle on it. Maybe pour some more of their $1 trillion that they have into a better anti-cheat or just into properly improving it. But hey, I mean, I don't know. Here's the hoping, I guess. We'll see if they actually do that. Now, next up, as you might expect, is, of course, these 4 special letters that everybody knows and loves. SBMM, of course, that is skill-based matchmaking. Now, it is very obvious that is in this game and honestly feels tuned up to the max. I see a lot of people saying that it is the worst that it's ever been. Like, every other beta that they've played has not been this sweaty at all. And I guess I could kind of agree with that. I mean, playing solo wasn't absolutely miserable for me. I was having some good games, but majority of them were really competitive and just really sweaty. A lot of high-skilled players in there, especially in just like the quick play. Yeah, but even then, like their separate playlists that they have for the quote-unquote open mosh pit, the open matchmaking, still doesn't feel like all that open, like, at all. You could probably like attribute that to it being a closed beta. But I mean, they're handing out beta codes like it's fucking candy on Halloween. So you can't sit here and tell me that there isn't a lot of players on, unless, you know, there's a lot of players who just don't even want to give it a chance at all. But even then, like, this is basically, with all the beta codes that they've been handing out, this is basically the open beta already. So, I mean, there's just simply no way that with open matchmaking, even with open matchmaking, I'm getting just all these crazy movement demons, these crazy aim demons. Like, it's just ridiculous, and it is obvious that there's still some kind of algorithm that they have in the background that's just really heavily considering skill, especially just in the quick play. It is really bad, because in the quick play playlist, that is supposed to be where this new matchmaking that they brought in, where it's apparently inspired by the classic games, which is total bullshit already. And let's say, like, it was actually inspired by the classic games, like there's no lobby disbanding, actual fast matchmaking times, and actual minimally considered skilled involved. It's the fact that there's lobby disbanding is what already exposes you guys as liars, because actual classic matchmaking from back in the day had no lobby disbanding. 0 lobby disbanding. So if you have all the features, let's pretend this new matchmaking actually had all the other features that this classic matchmaking is supposed to have. There's lobby disbanding, which already is just like, it already just exposes you guys enough, because there was no lobby disbanding back then. So that's honestly a really big issue. Honestly, probably on par with the cheaters, because like if you guys don't do anything about the matchmaking and the cheaters, this game is just going to suffer, and it's likely going to fail really hard, probably even harder than Black Ops 7, honestly. Because the community is actually tired of it. It's actually really nice seeing the community come together this hard for this game and against this matchmaking system. I haven't really seen it like this since Black Ops Cold War. I think this is even bigger than that now. So it is really satisfying to see that everybody's not going to deal with their bullshit anymore. So if they want this game to succeed and, you know, just be healthy for an entire year, for its entire year-long cycle, they really need to do something about the matchmaking and actually give us the classic matchmaking that they know we want, and not do this bullshit separate playlist like they have right now, and like they did with Black Ops 7, and like how they rug pulled from Black Ops 7 beta into launch. They seriously need to just stop lying, be honest, and actually give us what we want, because they know exactly what we want. So I honestly say we as a community should continue to press them on this and force them into giving us what they know we want, because yeah, this game really is going to suffer super hard if they don't address the cheaters properly and also address the matchmaking properly, because they could do whatever the cheaters, like, you can't get rid of all the cheaters, like, that's just impossible. There's going to be cheaters no matter what. But if it's going to be as hardcore and as much of a problem as it has been in the previous years, both of those problems, cheaters and skill-based matchmaking, this game is just going to fail, probably as hard as Black Ops 7. Up next are the attachments in this game. They changed it from the day 1 of the early access beta, but day 1, for some odd reason, all of like the regular red dot scopes, all the way up to like, you know, just like 2x magnification scopes, the red dots all the way up to like the holographics, for some reason all had just crazy movement penalties, like ADS speed and I think sprint to fire speed. I really don't know what it is with Infinity Ward and their obsession with just restricting movement while also making the movement extremely cracked in this game. I mean, it just kind of reminded me a lot of how it was in Modern Warfare 2 in 2022. Pretty much every single attachment had some kind of negative to ADS speed. It was just nauseating. There was only like a rare few attachments that didn't give you any type of penalties, 0 penalties, or any just movement penalties at all. Just, I don't know what it is with them doing that. I don't know why they have such a hard-on for restricting things like that. They changed it going into the second day, thankfully, so now only really the 3x, 4x, and all the big sniper scopes, like the 8x and all that, all have ADS penalties, sprint to fire speed penalties, which honestly I think that's how it should be. Not these little red dot scopes. It's really dumb. But it's like that with a lot of other attachments as well. They adjusted some of the underbarrels too to not have those movement speed penalties, but it's just like there's other attachments that have these crazy penalties as well, like some stocks, some underbarrel grips, some handles. It's just kind of, I don't know what it is with them doing things like that. It's just really, really annoying and it's really frustrating because these attachments are supposed to complement your weapon and supposed to make them better, but instead they're making them worse, like far worse. It just restricts you so much. It makes sense for like mag sizes, like bigger magazines, yeah, sure. Slower ADS speed, slower sprint to fire time, excuse me. Slower overall movement speed, like, those make sense. And the sniper scopes and the big scopes too, like 3 times, 4 times, 8 times, whatever, those all make sense. But like just restricting movement for every single attachment is just really dumb. Like, especially with the game as fast-paced as this, where like you want to have this crazy movement, but then at the same time want to add heavy restrictions to attachments which are supposed to make your gun perform better. It just really does not make any sense. So I think going into the launch, maybe even going into the open beta, hopefully they do change some things, but I think going into launch, they should have more of their attachments and not be so restrictive because it is just really annoying. It wasn't like that with Black Ops 6 or 7. A lot of attachments were simple. Of course, a lot of them were also just pretty much the same across almost every category. But they were simple, and they didn't have many restrictions. So even some bigger like magazines, like the 40-round magazines, didn't add any kind of movement speed penalties. So maybe for, I don't know, like maybe an SMG, sure, you could add like a movement speed penalty, but I don't know how they would balance it around that. But they just need to stop with adding so many like restrictions to movement for attachments, because they're supposed to complement your gun and make them better, not make them worse. Next thing I feel like I should talk about is the time to kill in this game. Is definitely very, very fast. I think they did adjust it like a day or two after the beta dropped. So I don't know. I didn't really play enough to like notice a difference. I guess it didn't really seem that different to me. Maybe slightly better. The ISO SMG definitely was not as strong. I noticed that right away. But the ARs like the M4, the Kastov, definitely still felt pretty dang strong, especially at distance. That paired with the heavily overtuned aim assist, that's another thing that I guess I could tie that in right now. The aim assist is extremely strong, like really, really strong. They really upped it this year too. Compared to Black Ops 6 and Black Ops 7, it is really strong. Like really, really strong. So I think they definitely, as a controller player, definitely need to tune down aim assist. Maybe take some inspiration from Black Ops 7, how they did that. Because, man, it is extremely strong. It just kind of puts mouse and keyboard players in the dust as well. But, yeah, that paired also with just the insane TTK makes it feel crazy. For mouse and keyboard players, it might feel good. I'm really not sure. I have never touched mouse and keyboard in Call of Duty. But, like, the fast time to kill, if you're, like, a mouse and keyboard player and you have really good aim, will probably feel very satisfying to you. So, I mean, yeah, you could probably do with that what you will, but the TTK is still pretty dang fast. If they're going to have fast TTK like this, they should at least tune down the aim assist. And if they're not going to tune down the aim assist, then increase the TTK. Like, I definitely think they need to increase the TTK. Next up, I want to talk about the spawns in this game. I mean, if you've played the game enough already, you will understand. The spawns in this game are absolutely fucking terrible. Like, seriously, the worst spawns ever. Absolutely just dog shit. Like, I'm pretty sure they use squad spawns in this game. I'm like positive they have squad spawns and revenge spawns. I'm not sure about the revenge spawning. If you don't know what that is, I mean, it's like when you kill somebody and they kind of just like spawn behind you or really close to you, you know, in a way where like you won't expect them, so they could just easily kill you back. But for sure, squad spawns are a thing in this game, because there has been plenty of times where I die. Say, for example, I forget the name of the map, but it's the one with all the cars. You're in like a city. There's this one alleyway, right? Not the one that goes down mid, it's the one like further up. Small little alleyway that's kind of like a Z shape. I died in there, and then I watched the other guy's teammates spawn right there, and I'm pretty sure that's not a spawn point. I'm positive that's not a spawn point, or I don't think should be a spawn point, because like, why else would you spawn there? Especially right after I got killed. It's just really, really weird. The spawns in this game are just absolutely terrible. And I think the way the spawns also work is like, it spawns you normally facing the action, so like facing a certain direction where like the action is going on. But like, I saw a video on Nero Cinema's channel. He talked about it. It spawns you like perpendicular to the action. So I really don't know how the spawns work at all. But like in this game, it is just absolutely horrible. Like the spawns are just painful to deal with because they're just terrible. Like absolutely just disgusting. Like spawning left and right, front and center, whatever. You have no idea. That's just completely unpredictable. Completely unpredictable. Like if you move even like slightly too far past the middle, the spawns might flip, and they flip so often, especially on Transit 213. Just disgusting. Apparently they did fix the spawn logic going into like the last day or so of the early access beta. Except for Hardpoint, which is weird. I don't know why they wouldn't do it for Hardpoint, but every other mode was, you know, apparently tuned. So we'll see how it is going into the open beta, and then, of course, going into the launch. But, man, the spawns in this game were just absolutely painful to deal with. It was just completely chaotic. Like, no spawn logic whatsoever. And, again, with the squad spawns, like, the best way I could describe it is if you've ever played Ground War. In Ground War, you're put in, like, a squad of 4, essentially. And if you die, you can spawn on the squad leader. I think that's pretty much how squad spawns work. When it comes to multiplayer. So yeah, it's just disgusting, and they really need to do something about it. Like they really need to get a handle on it. I don't know what it is with Infinity Ward. They just do not have it on the spawns. Except I want to talk about the maps. Honestly, the maps that we've had so far are not very good in my opinion. I don't think they're great at all. I don't think they're absolutely just abysmal dog shit. But I don't know. I don't think they're honestly that good. The map you're seeing right now on screen, I think it's Cachette or Cachette, really don't know. I'm pretty sure it's Cachette. It's probably pronounced similarly to like cassette, so I'm just gonna say Cachette. This is alright, I guess, but I don't know. I really don't know how to feel about it or the maps overall. Lotus I don't like at all. I did not like Lotus. Transit 213 I think is fine, maybe. But of course, it's still just another really small shipment-style brain-rot map that people are probably just going to go to for camos and stuff. Or just, like, the other brain-rotted Call of Duty players to play on just 24/7 and not play anything else. It's going to be, like, their version of shipment. But, I don't know. They could be better if the spawns weren't so garbage. So, but even then, even if the spawns are good, like, I don't think these maps really are anything, like, to sneeze at. Because, yeah, they're just not good. I just don't think they're good at all, really. They're completely mediocre. Rooftops is whatever. I don't know how to feel about Rooftops. I think it's probably the better of the others. But, like, again, with the absolutely terrible spawn logic, it just makes the maps feel way worse. So, yeah, I don't know what it is with Infinity Ward. They just can't quite get it with the map design sometimes. Like, I just don't know. Modern Warfare 2019 maps, just fucking terrible. Launch maps were terrible. Modern Warfare 2022 maps, terrible. Like, I don't know. Modern Warfare 2023, that was Sledgehammer. Their original maps were actually great. So I don't know what it is with Infinity Ward and their map designs, but they really need to get a handle on it because, I mean, yeah, some of these maps just are not something that I'm really going to remember in a good way. It's just going to be pretty much negatively. Like Piccadilly, for example. Piccadilly from 2019. Like, man. There's plenty of other minuscule things that I could talk about. I guess I could bring up, like, the footstep audio, for example. Apparently they messed with that too, but the footstep audio Day 1 and, like, Day 2 were just insanely loud. Especially without, like, Ninja. You could unlock Ninja in the game, but then on top of that, like, the UAV spamming in this game was just disgusting because you don't have Ghost unlocked yet. We're not going to be able to get Ghost until, like, what is it, level 24? Probably. I don't really know. But we're not going to be able to get it until, like, the second week of the beta. And even then, the only way to get it is with one of the default classes, and it might not be, like, a fully, like, kitted out class that you would want to use, but still, that's the only way to get it. And that kind of was the only thing that made the game playable. But man, the footstep audio too overall was just so bad. Like, you could hear somebody from like miles away, it felt like, and it kind of felt like you were able to hear them like really close, but really they were like still 30 feet away. You'd think like maybe they'd be around the corner, and they're not. So I mean, they did adjust that apparently. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell too, especially with like the other sounds going on. So I don't know. The footstep audio really does need work still. I think it's still just way too loud. It kind of just promotes a more campy playstyle, especially with the way the movement is, because it's like they made the movement more cracked out than the other two previous games. But at the same time, like just the way that it's designed with like the sounds and the sounds of your footsteps, it just kind of like makes you not want to move. So that ties back into like them making their game so restrictive all the time. It's just really weird when they do things like this. I feel like there's not much more for me that I could talk about. I mean, you guys can let me know if I missed anything. I'll definitely like talk about it more in the comment section or whatever if you guys want to bring anything up. But for right now, I mean, that's my pros and cons. Man, like the cons are hardcore cons, let me tell you. What is really nice though is that they actually are making changes. actively and actively communicating and interacting with people on social media, like on Twitter and everything. They're making daily updates. They've been making daily updates. They mess with the movement speed penalties on the optics, like the red dots and the holographics, so that's, you know, really good. I'm glad they actually listened to that, and they mess with the underbarrels too in the same way. I think they need to mess around with more still, but it's good that they're actually, you know, making changes. They apparently tuned the footstep audio to be not so loud. I haven't really noticed like a full difference yet. When the open beta comes around again on Friday, I'll definitely, you know, check that out and really pay attention to that. We'll see how it plays in Warzone too, because we also do have Warzone coming up on Friday, so that'll be kind of cool. I'm actually looking forward to Warzone, because finally no Rebirth. I mean, we've had Rebirth for, God, I don't even know how long, just about as long as Verdansk, because we've had Verdansk for so long too, so I'm glad no more Rebirth and no more Verdansk 2, the new maps finally. But, I mean, yeah, they're actually actively making updates. I don't know if they banned any cheaters yet. I hope they do, and I hope they have. But they mess with the footstep audio. They mess with the spawns too, apparently. Haven't really got to play enough to notice that change yet, but apparently they did mess with the spawns, so that's really good. They're adjusting weapons too. I think they nerfed the ISO SMG. That was absolutely busted in the beginning. I'm not sure if they did anything to any other weapons, like the M4 or whatever. But, I mean, they did nerf the ISO, so they are listening. They actually want us to give them feedback, so we're giving them the feedback that they asked for. But there definitely is more very much needed changes that need to come, especially going into the open beta. I mean, they actually need to have a good impression on the people who are going to play the game for the first time, because there's probably going to be a lot of new people, probably, coming into the open beta. That's how it was with, at least what it felt like with Black Ops 7 last year. Open beta, not the open beta, the early access just felt extremely sweaty, and that was likely because of all the hardcore players coming in, the actual, like, really, like, hardcore Call of Duty fans that want to play the game early. On top of that, they still had their skill-based matchmaking system in. And then in the open beta, when they actually did bring up the open matchmaking, I mean, we saw a lot more lower-skilled players, much more bigger variety of players. That was likely, again, because of the matchmaking, but still, even then, I think there are more players in the open beta, in general, that come to the game, that on top of the people who got the game early, or who got to play early. So, yeah, we'll see when we do have, you know, that whole thing. Hopefully whatever changes that they make actually leave a good impression on, you know, the new people coming in. And hopefully they actually change their matchmaking, this god-awful matchmaking that they have going on, and actually give us the classic stuff that they know we want, that they absolutely 100% know we want. Not this weird inspired by the classic games matchmaking bullshit, because we all know it's not that at all. Like, lobby disbanding, multiple minute long queue times, search times, just, it's absolutely disgusting. I mean, they need a lot. They need to do a lot with this game to make it as good as it can be, so it doesn't suffer for its entire life cycle. Because this, looking at it now, it could be very, very solid. It actually could be great. It could be one of the best modern Call of Duties we've ever had. They just need to hash out a lot of things, like a lot. So hopefully they actually do take whatever feedback we're giving them to heart and apply those changes that we're asking for. Because, I mean, Infinity Ward already has a shit reputation, so maybe they can fix it and get back into the community's good graces again, because they really, really do need it, and this game needs it. So, that's all I really have for you today. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this. Was a little tough for me, because I didn't really necessarily have a script or anything. I just kind of, like, going off the top of my head. So, yeah, it was a little rough, but let me know what you guys think. Let me know if you agree with anything that I've said. If you have any of your own suggestions that you would like to make, that you think they should make. Let me know if you even bought the game. Let me know if you refunded your pre-order already, because I know there's a lot of those for sure. A lot of people, especially after the matchmaking thing that they announced. I mean, yeah, I don't blame any of you for refunding your pre-orders, but either way, I would love to see what you have to say. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. You also stay safe out there, and I'll catch you in the next one, all right? Later.